What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. We got a lot of movement in the grading space, and I thought it'd be a good time to do a bit of a recap on what the latest and greatest is in terms of grading companies, what their prices are, what their turnaround times are, as well as a bit of a interesting piece from the grading space that I want to talk to you guys about. Mic check, mic check. There we go, better. So let's jump right into it. First of all, SGC just a couple days ago announced their new pricing for their specials that they're running. So as of right now, I'll throw it up right here. Boop. SGC is running 2023, 2020. Is it just 23? I think it is just 2023. 2023 Topps Series 2 special, $9 a card. And then football, $15 a card. Now, the football one, definitely something I'm going to be taking advantage of because I got some foosball cards that I want to get graded. So that's no minimum order size, no value, declared values, no upcharges, none of that funky stuff. And then 5 to about a 10 business day turnaround. It's really like between 3 and 5, 3 and 7, somewhere around there. Business day turnaround. Then they also have a $15 Pokemon special. That one has no minimum or maximum order size, no declare value limits, no memberships, none of that funky stuff. 5 to 10 turnaround time. 5 to 10 day turnaround time. On the podcast tomorrow, JD and I are going to talk a little bit more in depth about kind of how we feel about this, because him and I kind of have some conflicting ideas about not really conflicting. We there was a good debate there going on. So you guys check that out tomorrow. Card Hedge podcast is back. But it's going to be interesting. What we talked about is one of JD's issues is that there's too many prices going on for SGC. And we both agree that there's one set price that we want to see for everything, and we go into depth about why we want to see that and some of the numbers that go behind that. So, but that's where they're at right now. $9 for Topps, $15 for football, $15 for Pokemon, and then I think the rest of it is $20, $24 for up to 9 cards. 10 to 19 cards is $22. 50 plus cards is $18, which is still very expensive. The thing about that is that at a 50 card minimum at $18, you're still spending almost $1,000 in processing, shipping, all that good stuff. You're close to $1,000. So that's a lot for 50 cards. So you're still in there for quite a bit of money. That's if you're not going with any of their specials. All right. So that's kind of where SGC is. You guys know what they offer. Quick turnaround times, accurate grading, amazing customer service. Not so good on the secondary resale market. Not as good as PSA. Sometimes not as good as Beckett, but the quick turnaround times, the customer service, and the accurate grading, to me, are worth it. Looking at PSA... All right, here we go. Boom, right here. TCG bulk, $15. So Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, all that good stuff, $15. $19 bulk service, and this is you have to have Collectors Club to do this. So let's see, 20 card minimum. Okay, for TCG, $15. 20 card minimum for the $19. Present, 1980 to present, and 1979 older. So they dropped their bulk to $19, which is interesting. 15 for TCG bulk, 19 for all around bulk, at least 20 cards or more. So again, the price of entry there, you're looking at about $425 all in. Taxes, shipping, and all that jazz for 20 cards. And then value's 25, value plus is 40. Those all come with about a estimated 65-day turnaround, which is probably going to be closer to 2 or 3 months, somewhere around there. Amazing resale price, right? PSA commands top dollar in the resale market. Accuracy of grading, not so great in my opinion. The fact that they don't have a 9.5 and that they waver between that 9 and 10 scale, and being that the 10 commands so much higher of a price than the 9. If you're sending in with intentions of getting 10s and that's what you're basing your financial numbers off of, then good luck with that. Longer turnaround times. So if you're looking to capitalize on the hype of a player in between games, once again, good luck. That's not going to happen. If this is a long-term hold for you, or this is maybe you're getting ready for football season and stuff like that, you might make out pretty well. But that's what it is. That's kind of where they're at. Beckett. What is going on with Beckett? I have no idea what's going on with Beckett. So here goes Beckett's collector special. 10 card minimum, $400 max declared value, with no subgrades is $16 at the moment. I'll put it up right here. $16 at the moment, $18 with subgrades. Collector's special. What's the collector's special? I don't understand what they mean by 10 card minimum. Why would anybody go with the base? Oh, I guess if you don't meet the 10 card minimum, you pay $22 for base. So if you got 10 cards, you can go to Beckett for $80 for $180 as opposed to, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But that's that's 60 days. That's an extended processing time of 60 days. Their standard is 10 to 20 business days at $40 a card, $30 if you don't want subgrades. Listen, there's still Beckett cards out there. A lot of the cards that are commanding a high price right now, the Steph Curry rookies, the LeBron James rookies, Kevin Durant rookies, all these rookies from the early 2000s, mid 2000s, into the early 2010s. Beckett was a big dog back then. They commanded the majority of the market back then when it comes to modern cards and stuff like that. So there's still some very monstrous cards that are in Beckett slabs that are still commanding a very high price. And so because of that, that's kind of what's kept Beckett relevant in the circle. But, as we know from the gem rate numbers, they don't really do volume right now, which is probably why they went for a collector's special $60 with no subgrades. But anyway, so that's kind of where Beckett is. Now, here's something that I'm going to throw out completely out of left field. Actually, before we do that, I always talked about HGA. I brought it up. I'll bring it up tomorrow on the podcast again. Just because I tell you guys this time and time again, they offer a unique service that nobody offers. So here's HGA. 2-day, 10-day, 30-day, 60-day. $60 a card, $35 a card, $14 a card if you have their platinum membership. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the way they did this because HGA just doesn't have the clout and the pull in order to be offering memberships. I don't think they have that rabid of a fan base and that loyal of a fan base to be offering memberships. That's just my opinion, my insight. So they have 3 tiers of memberships that offer you various levels of discounts. Here's all the things. The reason why I don't necessarily agree with that is because their niche and their area of expertise is custom labels, right? If you have a card, you can't. I can't go to PSA and get this done, right? Like, this is not gonna happen at PSA, right? I can't get that. I can't get that done at PSA, right? You can't get that done at PSA. The custom labels, and I don't think that you're gonna be sending in 15 to 20 cards to get labels like that. That's going to be once in a blue moon. I have, out of the 60 to 75 cards that I have ready for grading, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them that I would go, hey, you know what? This is kind of a really unique card. It's going to be just for me. This is a personal collection thing. I'm going to go ahead and put it in a HGA slab with a custom label on it because it's going to look cool and I'm going to display it, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be very few and far between. So, but anyway, just for the sake of conversation, this is where they're at in terms of their value, their structure, and good luck to HGA. Now, the other thing that I wanted to bring up today was something that just popped up yesterday, which is very interesting. Arena Club. You guys know we've talked about it. We've had Jesse, who's one of the top dogs over there, come onto the podcast, talk about Arena and the services that they're offering and all that stuff. They're currently running a special that to me is really interesting. They have $5 special for grading. So 50 cards, 5-day turnaround for $5, a 50 card minimum for $5. They also have a 7 card minimum for $7 with a 7-day turnaround. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, nobody's going to care about their grading service. They're it'd be a waste of money grading your cards with them. All the normal stuff that everybody says about any new grading company that pops up, right? They have no clout. They have no they haven't established themselves. There's no reason. The resale value is going to be trash, blah, 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 blah. All valid comments when it comes to Arena Club. However, in my opinion, I don't think that the grading portion of what Arena Club is doing is relevant at all to what their main market is. The biggest selling point for Arena Club is their online marketplace and the ability that you have to make trades online in their vault with other people, and then your ability to recall cards after you've done the wheeling and dealing that you want to do. So when I look at this 50 card, and I'll pop it up right here. It's been here, sorry. When I look at this 50 card for $5, immediately the first thing I think about is I have a lot of cards that are good cards, right? Low numbered cards that don't mean anything to me because I don't follow the player. Some really nice Jordans that, maybe I have doubles and triples of, some really nice Elijahwans. Things that I have, I have a couple of gold cards that I've pulled or that I've gotten in lot trades and things like that. They're just sitting around. They're doing nothing for me here. That I could be sending to Arena Club for $5 and getting them onto their platform, because that's the most important part. I think people get too hung up on the grading aspect of what Arena is doing. The grading isn't meant to be the same type of grading as PSA, as SGC, as Beckett. The grading is simply an avenue to get your cards into their platform and on their marketplace so that you can trade and you can sell and you can do whatever you want to once it's on their marketplace. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that people are missing when it comes to Arena. People get too caught up in the grading portion of things. The grading for Arena Club is irrelevant, in my opinion. I don't care what the grade is. My purpose for sending cards to Arena is to get them onto their platform and get them into their vault so that we can start making transactions, so I can start making these offers to the guy who has cards that I want. That he also did the exact same thing because that card didn't mean as much to him as it does to me. And so I can make him a deal for 5 or 6 cards that maybe in monetary value are worth more than the card that I'm trading for, but to me, they're worthless. And I think people are missing that point when it comes to Arena. That is the main reason to get on Arena's platform. This isn't an ad for them. I just really think that is valuable, especially now in the market that we're in, where, you know, people that were spending $150 a week on groceries are now spending $350 a week on groceries, and the cash just isn't there to go out and buy some of these cards that you want. You have equity in cards that are sitting in your boxes that are doing nothing, and for $250 you can send them. You can send 50 of them to Arena and have some power to do some wheeling and dealing, and possibly get some of the cards that you've been looking for. So I think this is a very sneaky deal. This is a very sneaky value for those of you who are really in the game, who are really into the mix of wheeling and dealing and doing all kinds of stuff. I'll end with that. I hope that this kind of gets everybody caught up on what's the latest for SGC, PSA, BGS, HGA, and now Arena Club. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I do have a question for you guys. What would be the sweet spot in terms of a per card price for you to submit to SGC more frequently, if you are currently not submitting with them at all, or if you are but you're being very selective about what cards you send? What would be that sweet spot? I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. Leave your price down in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.